Are you serious? Are you serious? Rob Blagojevich. Rob Blagojevich. Rob Blagojevich. Let's call him Blogo. Let's just call him Blogo to help me out. We've just got information that his sentence, 14 years to a federal penitentiary, the former governor of Illinois, his sentence has just been thrown out as being potentially unconstitutional. Listen to this. A Chicago federal appeals court Tuesday overturned some of the most sensational convictions that sent Governor of Illinois, Blogo, off to a lengthy stint in prison, ruling that the Democrat did not break the law when he sought to secure a cabinet position in President Barack Obama's administration, in exchange for appointing an Obama advisor to the president's former U.S. Senate seat. The Court of Appeals, the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Chicago, also ordered the resentencing of Blogo, offering that the 58-year-old a ray of hope that he could end up serving less than his original 14-year term. Now, he's been in federal prison in Colorado for over 3 years now, almost 3.5 years. The 3 appellate judges dismissed 5 of 18 corruption courts accounts. Excuse me. The 3 appellate judges dismissed 5 of the 18 corruption counts against Blogo, while affirming 13 counts. In a blow to the defense, the panelists also suggested the original sentence wasn't necessarily extreme, even when factoring in the newly tossed out convictions. But it does offer a ray of hope to the former governor. Now, let me just tell you why this whole story is really important. And can I have a fresh cup of coffee? Why don't you get one? Blogo's still in jail. But did he really deserve to go there? Or was President Obama observing or usurping or usurping? Was he overtaking? Was he overstepping his boundary? Well, what happened was this. Governor Blogo, when President Obama was elected President of the United States, he then had to give up his U.S. Senate seat. According to Illinois law, the governor can then appoint someone to finish that term and appoint them and put them in that seat. There's no special election. The governor has this power. What Blogo did is he got a hold of the Obama administration and said, look, well, what happened was Obama said to Blogo, I want you to appoint a certain individual. Put this person in. Blogo said, hold it a minute. I'm the one that makes this decision according to our state law. Now, I'd be willing to put in who you want. How about, and Blogo had 2 years left. He'd already been governor 6 years. So he's saying, look, I'd be willing to put in who you want if you can also take a look at me and consider me for one of your cabinet positions in the Obama administration. Obama did not like this. He didn't want Blogo. He didn't want Blogo to negotiate with him. He didn't want anything to do with him. Just said, do what I tell you to do. I'm going to be the president of the United States. So what ends up happening is Blogo gets arrested and charged with corruption charges. Now, he is guilty of some corruption. There's no question. Like he said, 18 counts. But the big one that got all the headlines, and you guys might have seen Blogo running around. He was on The Tonight Show. He was on The Late Show. He was on MTV. He was everywhere. And he's kind of a comedian in a way. But they really railroaded him. What I mean by that is he was guilty of some corruption charges, as probably most politicians are. A lot of unethical decisions that are made. But they buried him to make a public example to anyone that goes against the Obama administration. You'll end up buried in prison or exiled somewhere or somewhere else. So I always felt a little bit of compassion for the governor of Illinois, Blogo. He actually was a pretty good governor. He's probably one of the better ones I've ever had. But the corruption in Illinois is horrible. I think he's the 4th or 5th governor to go to prison. So, but Obama was showing the world, when he says you do something, you do it. And that's partly why we got Obamacare shoved down our throat. Are you serious? Are you saved? And that's why people don't trust the federal government and they don't trust the media. Are you serious? Do you think we trust the lamestream media? I say let Blogo go. 3.5 years, let him go. He's 10 times more righteous than a lot of them in Washington, and that's sad. Don't miss today's live broadcast. We'll talk about Planned Parenthood while we're at it. I got a lot to cover. Wow. 12 noon Eastern at my website, www.paulbegleyprophecy.com.